Hello and welcome back to JomezPro coverage of the 2019 Portland Open presented by Bevel Craft Brewing and Discraft Discs. We are in Portland, Oregon at Blue Lake Park. BigSexy commentary, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
We've seen a couple good scores in the front nine. Yourself and Simon able to keep it under par the whole time. 5 under apiece. Or 6 under for you, actually. 6 under for
both
Simon.
Both at 6, yes.
Yeah, both at 6, excuse me.
There is the leaderboard. Simon, 2-shot lead over myself. Eagle charging hard from second card. James there as well. Drew on second card. Seppo on second card. Ricky, I believe, on third card.
I think it's even...
Yeah.
I think it's like 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
Ricky's making a big charge.
Some golf. Mm-hmm. Hole 10, par 3, 295. This one is OB all around it, breaking right, turnover mid-range, or forehand driver options here. OB right behind the basket, though, where those big dead trees are. If you go there, you're going to be putting for circle 3, but out of bounds. Simon with the mid-range.
Oh, this is not as high as it was in round 2. That's going to come up a bit short.
Oh, decision time for Simon, sitting on a 2-shot lead.
Yeah, the fate is certainly in his hands.
What are you doing there?
From that distance?
2-shot lead.
Oh, gosh. I forgot what a 2-shot lead feels like, Nate, so it's kind of hard to make that decision, but I'd probably run it. I'd probably continue to do what I have been doing to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
That's some nice brush right there.
Yeah.
In a lot of places, the brush is actually out of bounds, and the stakes are about a foot away from that thick brush that kind of suggests the OB line across the course.
Mm-hmm.
But right there, that's helpful that it was directly on that line.
Yeah. James also going to have a tough putt.
And with James's slightly lacking front nine, I think you have to go for that. You have to start pressing. This is a bit wide. This needs a big skip. It gets a little bit of it, but that's still... These are 3 scary putts, and you're kind of in that ideal spot where the creek isn't quite as in play.
Yeah. And Simon lays it up. He turned around to me and said, "That hurt my soul."
Yeah, it hurts my soul to see that. That's not a very Simon-like thing to do, but it's probably the smartest play. And James
wow.
Just barely off. That got a little bit closer than I thought from mid-tee. That's a good putt. Not quite as far as it had seemed from that catch cam. 1, 2 spins. You're ready to go. And there it is, 2 inches higher every putt all the way through.
Moving, inching upwards.
A little bit closer, you're going to be hitting that Portland Metro sign. And shout out to Portland Metro, who maintains the courses here in Portland. This is an absolutely stunning disc golf course for a park, one of our favorite park courses around the country. Mm-hmm. It's such a pleasure to be here and play a Disc Golf Pro Tour event on this stage, on a course that's this much fun.
Hole 11, par 4, 670. This is a tough one. The drive is really not technically difficult, but really important to be in that specific landing zone that sets you up for the big hyzer over the top that needs to get really, really left to allow you to get back in bounds.
This is a hole that you need about 2 or 3 practice runs, I think, to really figure it out completely, because it is unlike really any other hole, I think, that I've ever played.
Yeah.
And it certainly makes you, I mean, the idea of it, just throw a simple short shot, just past that tree there, get to the right spot, and then throw a hyzer. It sounds simple, but getting to your hyzer spot is different than where Simon's hyzer spot is. So you have to find what's comfortable for you and your game only.
Simon's already at his hyzer spot.
Yep. Hyzer spot 1, setting up hyzer spot 2. And that probably, I think he probably wanted that to skip a little bit further left, but that's still in a pretty good spot.
James goes putter.
Oh, no. Oh, double oh, no.
No 2-meter rule, though.
No.
We're out of California, but yeah, he's going to have to play just a little pitch.
Had that gotten past the tree, he would have been in a bad spot. Still could have made a progression up to the maybe circle 2.
Need a high hyzer here, up and over everything.
And this is not looking good.
No, it rolled OB. You just barely saw it there. That was a horrible shot. Need to throw that thing 10 feet higher.
Maybe another 10 feet wide. Kevin from the interesting, little bit tight spot has thrown a hyzer, and the spotter is looking, and there's a green flag, but I think Kevin knows that's not on the green. Or maybe it is, I don't know.
He's putting. He's kind of down in
Okay.
the ditch.
Okay.
Simon with a nice shot. And James, pressure shot here. Could save par with a good one. Crowd loves it.
This to save the 5. And with Simon, oh, look, you can see James's shot right there. That's a great approach for him to save his par.
Kevin, uphill 36-footer.
Okay. Oh, man. Any lower and that hits the band still and goes in.
Simon in for birdie.
And that's a 2-stroke swing. You brought the lead down to 1, but just like that, it's back up to 3 for Simon. Big time swing. Bad time to pick up your first bogey of the round, and James able to avoid a costly bogey after the unfortunate tee shot came up short and out of position.
On to hole 12, 400-foot par 3 through the tunnel. All of this tree area is out of bounds, so if you don't navigate out of the tunnel, you're going to be going to the drop zone with a penalty. Backhand straight up the middle works. Also a flex forehand, a popular option if you've got 400 feet or thereabouts on your forehand. And then obviously you're going to have some tough putts here because you got so many trees around the green.
And Simon electing to go with the forehand just to hit the gap. Put a little bit of a flex, but
This needs to slow down.
oh yeah,
Nice check.
that'll be just fine. Right up to Alyssa Van Lanen's ankles, the hardworking photographer of the disc golf scene. And this has got heavy turn on it. This needs a lot of backdoor hyzer. That got there so quick, man. He has got such a cannon with that forehand.
Mm-hmm.
What's James throwing there? I couldn't quite make that one out.
I'm not sure what kind of disc it is.
And look at that thing just standing up the whole way, fighting through inside the circle. That's going to be a really tricky putt from about 28 feet. Maybe a bit closer even. And this needs to get down as well. This has got some heavy hyzer.
OB.
Oh, and you caught the stake in round 1.
Not this time.
Not in round 3. And this is a 50-footer for par. And this is where Kevin got his first par of the round in round 2. And look at you.
I'm getting up near that band. Keep this up, man. Look at how much this misses the band by.
Hey, hits it.
I'm
That's
getting them
awesome.
up in the air.
Oh, the triumphant fist pump. Love it. Love seeing that Pro Dart come out because that's kind of you in your element, man.
Mm-hmm.
Simon unable to capitalize. And look at this. Kevin's done this quite a bit.
Turbo from 50.
Oh my God, dude, that was epic.
I love that.
I told him that would have been maybe the SloMez of the century.
Yeah, that.
Through the gap.
Yeah. And James, technical straddle putt. Great hit there. The whole card taking pars. Man. You gotta love that control of the turbo putt, though. To not just hit a gap, but then navigate 40, 50 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple inches low from an epic result. Good effort from Kevin.
Hole 13, par 4, 655. OB on both sides. Opens up a little bit at the green with this hillside, but it's pretty tight the whole way. Straight backhand or big forehand hyzer are the popular tee shot, really, and approach shot options.
James going with the Star Thunderbird.
He just throws it so hard, regardless of a bunch of OB, just pushing it.
Wow, that is a big tee shot. He's bit off a lot of the fairway with that one.
Simon going with the forehand.
Hanging that out left. That needs to get hyzer quick. I don't think it's gonna. And Simon has gone out of bounds, and that's quite early, actually. He's going to be close to that tee box, which is over 400 feet from the pin. That is a big mistake at this stage.
And Kevin just goes mid-range, right up the middle.
And you got to remember, just because he has 3 strokes on this card, that does not mean that he has 3 strokes on the field. Good safe hyzer spot. And Simon has to go into save mode with a big hyzer shot. That will be inbounds, I believe.
Yep. Just barely.
And right about circle 2's edge, that is going to leave a long putt for the par.
Kevin, mid-range, into the circle.
Wow. Playing to your strengths.
Firebird ready to go.
All revved up. Go in. Oh, my gosh.
Nearly.
Oh, man, that was sweet. You hear that car revved up, the Firebird's revved up. No! So close. If you just taken a little bit more advice from the putting game, just a little bit higher.
But if I hit the top of the basket, I'm gone, OB.
Oh, yeah.
Skips off the top.
No doubt.
That's part of why James goes so aggressive off the tees, I think, is because he's such good touch with the putter. He just desperately wants to put himself somewhere where he can just toss a putter, because he almost never misses with that thing.
The par effort from Simon is wayward high over the top. Not even close. That is a shocking miss considering his putting prowess. Okay.
Yeah. It's home.
Did he even hit a chain?
I would probably say yeah, but maybe not initially. Might have ricocheted around.
Yeah. James picking up the easy, seemingly just so easy birdie. It just doesn't play that easy in person.
This is the first run IPA.
Come visit us in Bend. You'll get fresh beer. You'll get some hospitality, and I guarantee you'll either see Val, Justin, or I.
Fresh as you can get it, right here.
Whenever you head into Bevel and you see Justin working behind the bar, he works there every day, 7 days a week. Just ask him to tell you a dumb joke. He's full of them. He's one of my favorite joke tellers. He's great at it.
That tightened things up. Simon taking bogey, James and I making birdie. It's a one-stroke game as we go to hole 14 at par 4, 875 feet with OB on both sides and 2 OB islands. On your way to the basket, you're looking for a big drive here to set up some kind of a hyzer flip upshot. It doesn't even really feel right calling it an upshot. It's drive.
And this is looking real nice. As long as it doesn't fade out of bounds left. Oh, he's not even in any danger at all. That's
a Thunderbird as far as the island.
I don't think you can really even be in a better spot.
No. I mean, he's like thinking about maybe going mid-range into the green. I don't even know. Like, he is so far up there. Probably a drive of 475 uphill.
Mm-hmm. Kevin dead straight off the tee. Should be in a just fine spot.
It's a little low.
A little low and probably a little bit further right than you'd like to be.
Yeah.
Simon might be thinking of going for the second island in one. Nope, just going for the traditional 500-foot or 450-foot play.
Yep,
low. But probably only throwing like 380, maybe 400. This is more distance than he'd like to have left for the second shot, but more distance is fine for a player like Simon, who just rips a perfect shot Unbelievable, man.
That might have been 500.
Yeah, that was, I'd say easily. Wow.
I decided to lay up here because that tree was sort of in the comfortable place where I'd want to put a hyzer flip. And I just felt like I could probably clear from here, but what am I going to get for it? An 80-footer?
Yeah, right.
You know, I'm just going to kind of take my loss there and try to make par.
You don't have to explain to us why you're Nate Safeton. We get it.
I haven't laid this hole up yet.
All right, well, whatever, dude.
Kev,
That needs a
go
hyzer
wide.
back. Oh, yeah, he's safe. Safe and almost pin high.
Looks like James is going to go with the same Thunderbird, just maybe a nice little 60% smoothie.
Mm-hmm.
No, obviously, still has to get on it a little bit, but this is looking...
Yeah, really, really good.
Wow.
Just behind the pin and two with two Thunderbirds. That's why that disc is so good. It just gets you that driver distance, that fairway driver stability. Oh, a little bit. What's the word?
Lazy.
A little bit lazy. Yeah, it's a good word for it. But inside the circle, and since hole 1, you've made everything inside. This is where Kevin gets really dangerous.
Unbelievable putt.
And just as I say that, man, this is what he does. He just loves straddle jump putting. He just gets him focused, and look at that. I thought we were going to see a Tiger fist bump for a second.
Maybe just a little finger gun.
Yeah, count it. Too good.
Simon for birdie. Some movement in the background.
And so easy. And I'm starting to see why this hole is really, truly a par 4, a pro-level par 4. It just, I guess it just kind of historically seemed like it was a par 5 because that's what it was labeled as when we played Worlds here in 2014. But you saw 3 threes and one pretty casual, like, safe 4.
Yeah, without even that, with a bad layup.
Yeah, no, it's a par 4 that you feel really good about birdie.
All right, hole 15, par 4, 780, one of the toughest on the course. Big hyzer drive, get near the access road, and then an equally big hyzer, a little higher and spikier into the green. You got OB all over the place, though, so a lot of potential to make mistakes. James is up first with the Thunderbird. Going huge, maybe too huge.
He wanted to get big distance on that, but that is at the cost of turning it over. And that's going to be in a really, really tricky spot to try to save the 4 as well. That tree there is kind of the big guy bunker. You really just want to avoid being behind that tree at all costs, and James is behind it, and he's going to be throwing his 3rd shot. Kevin's going to be behind it but throwing his 2nd, but you can see that thing is just in the perfect place to be really annoying.
Simon's going to get the hyzer way up.
Yep.
And this should find that left side fairway, taking that tree out of play.
Yeah, that's a really good play. Simon has all the power to go another 200 feet past that, but just playing to a good position. And before that, out of bounds shot from James, he had a turkey going on and has brought it back to 1 stroke, kind of quietly, not playing so great from the beginning, but he's obviously right there in the mix.
This is a huge hyzer.
And he's in bounds at about 60-something feet from the pin, so really needs to make that to stay in the mix.
Simon up next.
And Simon just, what was that, like 2 or 3 tombstones we've seen so far this round. Yeah, that's awesome.
Good destroyer hyzer there. Got the right distance on it.
Kevin's going to have to go straight through the tree and over. And he's not getting the turn that he's asking for. That is out of bounds early on the corner. And pretty much just like that, that kind of takes Kevin out of the mix. Even an up and down here for 5. Oh, and that's going to be a tough up and down for 5. Kevin is looking at a potential 6. That kind of spells the end of his run.
Yeah, it's getting pretty late in the day for mistakes like that.
Oh, James loved it, and so close, but that is going to be a bogey for James. Just not the same round for Kevin as round 2, that magical run.
Mm-hmm. Kevin in for a double bogey 6.
And you can see that tree. That tree is the reason that Kevin was unable to throw the shot that he wanted to, forced an error. Next thing you know, coming up short of his approach, missing the putt, and just a double bogey happened so quick. His drive wasn't that bad. It just, the position of it made it just almost impossible to get to the green. And and look at that action that happened right there. 1 birdie, 1 par, 1 bogey, and a double bogey, and there's been a mix-up in the top card.
Hole 16, par 4, 795, the toughest hole on the course. You have to play a hyzer drive to the landing zone and then get across all of this tall grass and find the gap going downhill to the elevated basket. The drive isn't too tough, but that second shot is pretty nervy. I'm going with the hyzer here.
This is a bit wide left.
Don't go in there.
That's what you want to avoid. You want to be 15 feet right at the closest of that tree, and that could potentially be a really awkward footing. Oh, and Simon playing to the real aggressive tight line, which shortens the approach greatly.
Just so aggressive.
Yeah, and getting away with it too. He is leaning heavily on that Star Thunderbird this round, and that is 300-something feet to the pin now?
Probably.
That is a huge shot. That is really risking a lot. And Kevin with a nice drive.
I unfortunately have nothing from in this bush. I was getting ready to even try to go forehand flex across the distance if I could have even got a run up. But forced to go with the layup.
Right, with 1 stroke back of Simon here, you know, you want to put the pedal to the metal.
Yes.
Oh, and Kevin's pedal is not turning up enough, I don't think. That is going to be out of bounds, I believe. And
They said it was out, but then somehow it was in.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
really?
Once Kevin got up there, he was in.
Wow, a great result. That did not look like it had enough turn on it. Simon playing smart out to the right side.
And I feel like it's safe to say now, because we as the players knew this at this point. We had just gotten confirmation that Eagle McMahon and Drew Gibson were in at 27 down.
Oh, goodness.
So Simon knew.
So they're leading right now.
Simon knew at this point, right before he threw that shot, he said, birdie out and I win.
Okay. Well, there it is. And James playing, again, aggressive off the tee to set up the AVR approach shot. He's just playing so well to his game.
Yeah. And that news about 27 under is what really frustrated me about being in that bush, because then I knew I needed birdies, and birdie wasn't happening. And now I'm staring down possible bogey after that poor upshot.
Yeah, and that is going to be a really tough putt here. And that ends it for you. That's going to take you down to 23 in the best case scenario now.
Yep.
It's 25, which is still 2 back, so you needed birdie.
I did. Kevin jump putt.
No! NoMez. It didn't. It. Oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever seen one come back out that fast.
It was crazy.
I mean, it was a fast putt.
Yeah.
That can happen. But God, that is such a bummer at the time.
And Simon needing birdie to stay on the pace. Big time putt. Dumps it in.
My gosh.
And he is one shot back with 2 to play.
Yeah. That was sweet. James, sweet birdie.
This for my bogey.
Yep. Man, look how far it came back to.
I know.
Like he actually. Oh my gosh! Could you have? How many times do you have to make that putt?
Gosh, luckily only 2.
Man, and so James going down to 24. He's pretty much out of it unless something miraculous happens. This hole has been eagled by Paul Macbeth.
Yep.
But eagles. I mean, he's got to go for the eagle here. The cards are on the table for.
You can kind of think about going for eagle on 18 too if you really get crazy.
It's possible, but the cards are on the table for Simon. He knows what he has to do, and hole 17, not the easiest hole to make that happen.
925-foot par 5, a lot of woods in play. Simon up first, all the pressure on him here.
Oh, this is too wide. Looks like it's going to hit those, and it does, but it kicks out to the good side.
Okay place.
If that had kicked left, that probably would have spelled the end of a birdie chance.
James doesn't get the flip on this one.
Oh, no. And that does spell the end of his run for the title because there's just no way you can get a 3 from there.
No way.
There's almost no way to get a 3 from a perfect tee shot even. It's like...
I think you could still dream about a 4 and a 2, but it's a big time dream.
Yeah, it's a big dream for sure. Safe guy, big arm, no turn.
Little turn.
Little turn. Perfect.
Wow, scary gap. And falls in the middle.
A good result. And big hyzer guy.
Yeah.
That's a good way to get a nice advance, knowing that you're just kind of playing Plinko through the trees, but getting up to that log in 2 is a great spot to be. You're inside 220 feet or so.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Simon taking the big risk on the backhand. And, oh, no. That is not the reaction he needed off that tree kick.
A little tomahawk to escape.
A good shot from there, but what does he have left?
A long tunnel, just the way James likes them.
And he's gone with the mid-range, of course, because it's 400 feet.
Kicks out to a putt, but a long putt.
Yeah, he's got to make that. Or he's got to ace hole 18.
Yeah, that the dream might be done there.
Right.
Good shot, man. Oh, yeah, even some more.
Yeah, and that's out and about, but
Simon now playing for a share of the lead.
yeah, he'll have to get up and down just to be able to do that. Kevin Jones, ladies and gentlemen, a great shot. That's in the 25-foot range for the birdie.
Here's a little back to the basket leopard 3.
Just your traditional patent pending leopard 3. A good escape shot. Doesn't look like Simon has too much in the way.
No, not too much. He may still be trying to make this. No, not really.
Yep. Little S-line Sky God action for Simon with his approach, keep putting him in position for the short putt for his par.
James from 75.
Oh, and that was what he needed. Yeah, just a little bit off for James Conrad today. predicted that you'd be hitting the band by hole 17, but no, you've started to lower your putts a bit and just dead center.
Always evolving. I'm really happy with that birdie, despite it not meaning much for my ability to win the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, you're still playing for position, and
Yep.
your first Disc Golf Pro Tour event of 2019, and you're off to a really nice finish.
In
All right, so
one
there it
back,
is.
Must birdie.
Got to give a shout out to these scores that the chase card's putting in, though, man.
I don't generally have a phone with me or turn my phone on during the round, and we were like more than halfway through, and James was like, "I think it's out of our hands now." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And he showed me how the second card was playing. I was like, "Holy cow, those guys are on fire!"
We saw 13 down, 12 down. Ricky Iwasaki putting down a 14 under.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the game of disc golf has changed so much, but
Hole 18, par 4, 600 feet. Simon Lizotte makes birdie here, and he goes to a three-way playoff.
Kevin going tight and getting
Nice.
a favorable rollback. I don't understand why we need to cut the corner so much with these hyzers. I think just throwing a straight backhand gets you the approach that you want. I think people are trying to bite off too much in this hole and challenging that tight OB left.
You more want to do it like me, is what you're saying.
Yeah, more like that. That right there sets up two options. You got the low forehand or the backhand hyzer. You're probably too close to the trees to go the backhand hyzer. I imagine you'll probably throw the Sexton Firebird approach.
Simon was talking about, should I go cut roller for the win? And it's like, no.
No.
You should try to get a birdie.
And that's in a good kick out, too.
Great
that makes
spot.
the hyzer spot easy. Simon's in a really good position to grab that much-needed birdie.
This is just annihilated. This is, I think he finally did go to a destroyer. Last hole.
Oh, man. That's
Unbelievable.
almost jump putt distance. Yeah, I mean, I think I would jump putt that, I believe.
Yeah.
That is huge.
Kevin, after that nice roll, gives himself a chance to go mid-range.
And coming up a bit short of the circle. Pretty difficult to keep that low ceiling with a mid-range all the way there. But
This is it. Simon, one hyzer away. Oh, he doesn't like it.
no, that's sawed off short. Oh, but he has hit the keen wall. He has got 35 feet. That is
a disaster of a shot, though.
Yeah, but he has stayed in bounds, and he still has the opportunity. And just as I suspected, that ends the tournament for you. You're going to be finishing with a nice birdie there.
James needs to make this to beat me. Got a
Off
little
the band?
piece of it.
Oh, man. I love it. This is it.
For the playoff.
Didn't have
Wow.
a chance. And that means that we are going to have a playoff between Drew Gibson and Eagle McMahon. Are we going to call it a chase card champion or a second card assassin?
One of each. We've got two of them, so there's one of each.
And James with a great performance. Not his day in the end, but still played well enough to take a tie for, I believe, fifth place. Just 2 strokes back of the winning score.
It has to
And
be the tightest finish we've seen.
yeah, it's one of the tightest ones ever, but just like that, we are going to have a champion from the chase card. Be sure to go to Central Coast to watch that action unfold in the playoff between Eagle McMahon and Drew Gibson. We're not going to give any spoilers away today, folks.
Let's see what the final leaderboard looks like pending that playoff. We've got a tie at the top. Tie third goes to Seppo and Simon, European duo. Tie fifth, Ricky Flame Emoji Waisaki, myself, and James Conrad.
Look at that chase card action. 12 down, 13 down, 12 down.
I don't think that the chase card made a bogey. I heard. I haven't
No
checked
bogeys in
I
the
haven't
chase card.
checked UDisc, but I was texted that.
Oh, so impressive. Such great action from the Portland Open. Thank you guys so much for watching. we're going to see you guys on chase card action at Beaver State Fling in 2 weeks.
Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in to our coverage of the Portland Open. We've got another Grip6 giveaway for the YouTube commenters. Make sure you get subscribed, leave a comment. Front nine's gonna win a belt, a hat, and a shirt. And what do we got for back nine?
Back nine, we got the same exact thing. We got a hat right here, worn by the famous Coraline, a belt and a shirt. Make a comment funny enough for me, and you might even win a baby. Who knows? We're going to see you guys in 2 weeks for chase card coverage from the Beaver State Fling.
Jerm will provide the baby. This one's taken.